Once we have created the main page of the application, let's create the conversions page. If you are new to application development or .NET Maui development, you might think that the next step would be to create a new page for each measure to load specific units of measure for each of them. However, this is not optimal because we would have a lot of code to maintain, and a small change in one of the pages would imply changing at least 9 pages if we don't add more options later to the application, which you can imagine is not the best thing to do. Let's see how to create a single page for reuse in the application, which also involves creating a single view model to perform the conversions between the measurement units. Let's see how to do this. I'm going to go back to the application, and in the views folder, I'm going to create a new content page called converter view. Let's create its corresponding view model as well. Let's create a class in the view models folder called converter view model. Once the view model has been created, let's assign this page as the initial page so we can design it. Let's go to the app.xaml.cs file and create a new instance of converter view to assign it to main page. Let's start running the application to see that everything works correctly. And we can already see the page being displayed. Let's go back to the XAML file for this page, and I'm going to copy and paste the same colors that we used on the first page. Then I go to the top of the menu view, copy the resources from the content page, and paste them into the second content page. Later we will see how we can reuse colors from a single file, but for the moment we are going to do it like this. The next step is to remove the stack layout and replace it with a grid layout. This is because we need to define two sections. The first section that allows us to place the controls of the unit of measure to be converted, and the second section that allows us to set the unit of measure to which we're going to perform the conversion. Then, once we know this, let's define two rows that have the same size. Now that we have created the grid, let's create two grids within the main grid that we will use as containers for the sections I mentioned earlier. So let's set a background color for the first grid that is equal to appcolor1. I'm going to copy the grid, paste it again, and change the background color to appcolor3. Finally, let's indicate that this grid will be placed in row number 1. With these changes, we're going to see how the application looks like. Once the application has been deployed, we can already see the pair of sections where we're going to define each of the sections to perform the conversion. The next step we're going to do is to declare a vertical stack layout inside the first grid to stack the controls vertically. Let's assign its horizontal options equal to fill and expand so that it occupies all the available width, and in the same way, its vertical options are going to be equal to center. I'm going to create an entry control with some characteristics like, for example, a font size equal to 100, horizontal text alignment equal to center. Let's also assign a text equal to 100 to see how the application would look like, and a text color equal to static resource text color. I close this tag, and let's see how the application looks like. Okay, we can already see this entry control in which we're going to be able to enter an amount to carry out its conversion. In the same way, we need to be able to specify which is going to be the unit of measurement from which we're going to make the conversion. For this, we're going to use a picker control. Let's assign its horizontal text alignment equal to center, and let's also assign a text color equal to static resource text color. Let's close this tag. Let's restart the application, and we already have the first section finished. We do not see the picker control because it does not have an item selected. However, if we click on the graphical interface, at some point we will be able to show the picker without elements because it does not have a source of information. Let's go back to the XAML file. We're going to copy the vertical stack layout and paste it in the second grid, since the graphical interface is almost the same, except that instead of using an entry control, we're going to use a label control. Let's visualize the changes once again. And we can already see the couple of sections that will be used to carry out the conversion. The next step is to fill in the picker controls that are currently empty.